been very, very windy over the last few days. It's died down a bit, but there's still quite heavy gusts. So what I've done, I've not used the Ribble bungalow that I used in Yorkshire the other week. I've set up another tent. It's got more room, especially if I need to go inside if it rains or it gets very cold in the evening. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to finish a couple of bits of setting up, get a brew on, and then I'll show you around this tent. Well, here's my other tent. It's a Eurohike Avon 3 DLX. It's considerably bigger than the Ribble 3 that I was out in the other week up in South Yorkshire. And one of the things I particularly like about it, as it is a windy day, is it has the extra peg out point in the centre of the outer, which means, as you can see, it's not flapping about, and it's quite breezy at the moment. I'll take you around the back. You've got your obligatory rear vent. Height wise, on the tallest point in the dome, it's 140 centimetres, and as we go to the front, it's 120, so it's considerably bigger than the Ribble 3, a lot more roomy. The outer door, as you can see, I'm using it as a porch at the moment. It doesn't come with king poles or poles, so I bought them separately. I think I bought a set of Van Gogh poles, and it comes with the guidelines, but I'm getting away with it at the moment. I've got it up as a porch to sit under. Obviously that'll have to come down later because it's going to get even windier. Well, as you can see, you've got quite a nice large bedroom area or inner tent area. Obviously when you buy them from new, you've got to put them all in. It's a bit of faff, but once it's actually in or attached to the outer, you can just leave it like that. It has an attached ground sheet, but it's called a linked in type. So basically you extend it out, and if I can just show you down here, you can just see in the corner there, and then you attach it to the outer. So okay, here's the bedroom compartment or the inner tent. It's actually quite roomy. It measures 210 centimetres by 210 centimetres, and again, unlike the other tent, there's a lot of room separating the inner to the outer, which I like. If you look at all that room, even though it's not flapping about and it is very windy, at least it stops the outer touching the inner if it's wet. There's your ventilator there. I've got the door wide open, and as I'm opening the camera, I'm not going to play about with it, but basically you can open it right up, and you've got a little compartment here you can just stow it away in. If you do zip it up, you've got the fly mesh at the top, so you can zip the full thing up and then open up the fly mesh. But I do like this tent. I enjoyed the bungalow the other week because it was sunny, but this is a lot more, you put it, secure, I suppose. Well, the dimensions of the Eurohike Avon 3 is 350 centimetres long, total that is, by 240 centimetres wide. As I said earlier, the inner compartment is 210 by 210 centimetres, and I think it's round about 130 high. I looked up this model just out of interest the other night. As I said, I've had it about 18 months, well, maybe 2 years, and it's out of stock everywhere, so I don't think it's available anymore. But the reason I'm bringing it up is they've brought out a new model of this, and it's basically the Eurohike Avon 3 DLX, but it has sort of the lights out version. It's Nightfall or something like that. I will warn you, it's just the inner tent that has that. Now, it's £90 at Millets with 15% off, so it's at £80.75 or something like that, which is not bad at all. And I think the lights out for me is only really to keep the sun out in the summer, to keep the heat out. To be honest, if I wake up and it's light, I just throw something over my head and go back to sleep, or I get up. Simple as that. But obviously that will keep the inner cooler. But then obviously this area inside there would still get from the outside to the inner tent could still get very, very hot. But you know, it's maybe worth looking at. It's exactly the same dimensions, exactly the same tent, other than this sort of nightfall or lights out feature. A couple of features I actually forgot about, or I should have mentioned earlier, was I mentioned about if I go down, you'll probably be able to see right at the back, you've got the back air vent, and you've got two at the front, one either side, so if you've certainly got a bit of airflow going through. There is 2 windows in the front, one each side, and they've got a privacy cover, so you can sort of, which attaches by toggles. Also in the bedroom compartment you do have a couple of storage compartments, you know, to slot your phone in and whatever. I just didn't want to leave them out, but there you go.